Hey guys, so this is a Q&A stream. This is day 2, so if you have any questions, let me know and I'm happy to answer them. So, and also I want to thank you guys for for those who showed up for yesterday's stream that I did. It actually does mean a lot to those that actually showed up, so, but hopefully people will enjoy this one too. I definitely had a blast yesterday. Doing the stream yesterday, so it was definitely a lot of fun. So while we're waiting for people to join, um, I kind of wanted to talk more about the artifact courses, like the custom ones I did. So I feel like that Magic could really do artifact courses actually pretty good. Because this is, if you took something like this, where you gave it to just like trample and then like something basic, or like 2+1/+1 counters, or like maybe even one, like that'd be really useful. Or something like this where the other artifact courses you control have protection from colored spells. I think that'd be also a really useful effect too for the deck. And then just making like the other artifact horses, like this. I'll zoom in so that way you guys can see. But something like that where it's just something basic where it's like just a generic 5 cons for a 4/4 trample. It's like just stuff like that where it's just generic. That's not bad in my opinion. So that'd be something really useful for the artifact horse deck, or even something like this, like I kind of showed off yesterday, or like lifelink trample, and then just kind of trample on the other side, like just basic stuff like that. Is like that. That could be useful just by itself, in a trouble deck like that for that variant. Um, I need. I found some pictures yesterday of more like cyber horses, and so I plan on doing the 2 individual horses, one that gives hexproof, and then one that gives indestructible to the other horses. So not including itself, but like the other ones. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing lately. And then I did adjust this deck a little bit. The one I briefly showed yesterday in yesterday's stream. Um, so I briefly adjusted this. Check out a few things here and there, and kind of put in some more ramp and better searching power and stuff like that. So hopefully it works better when I test it Friday. So that's what I'm hoping for. So, but yeah. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately. I think once the stream is done, which I'll probably do it about the same time as yesterday, it's about 30 minutes. But once it's done, then I'll probably work on some more custom artifact courses with the pictures I have found yesterday. So that'd be fun. And then I can hopefully get those printed at some point and be able to hopefully use them. So, in these Rule Zero format. So we have another person that joined. So, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, then I'm happy to answer them. So feel free to ask any questions in the chat, and I will answer them. But yeah, that's basically what I plan on doing. Probably next month I'll probably put an order in and custom cards, and because I made a few actually pretty good blue horses that are pretty good. They're not insane, but they're just generically just good for a tribal blue horse deck. So I'm looking forward to that as well, which may be a future variant that I do. So may have to brainstorm some ideas for that and put some together for that. Along with my artifact horses, I need to put some together for that too, and for you guys and show it off. So yes, I definitely need to do that. I've mentioned it before, I believe, and just haven't really gotten around to it. So I need to work on that and put that out for you guys. If there's any other custom variants that you guys want me to make, like a mono black horse variant, is like I could try to put something together for that too. It'd be probably a little more work, but I could definitely try to do that. Same thing with mono red. So I have to probably come up with some red legendary courses, which I don't think would be too hard. But I could try to put some together for that as well if that's something that you guys are interested in. So but I shall kind of show you guys what I do with the deck a little bit. So I adjusted a few things. So I add more ramp into the deck. Let me get to it. Alright. I also added these in here too. Dubbing Season, Pro Lives. This card actually found in my LGS. This card's actually kind of interesting. So whenever a player plays a white spell, you may pay one, and if you do, you gain 1 life. So I'm assuming that affects the opponent too. if they play a white spell, then I can pay 1, gain 1 life. So that's not terrible if that's how that works. So Power Stone, I put that in here. Arcane, yeah, I put these in here too, just because they buff the power toughness of creatures. And that's just power, and I think that's for defending creatures, if I remember right. And then whenever this does damage, you get to draw a card. So, but yeah. And then this is just generically just good. So, and then I think there's a few other changes that I had made in our stack. Maybe not. Nope. Okay. But not very big changes, but just some minimal ones. So, some to help me get more lands onto a field and more colors anyway. So, and I know I could probably swap the waste out for like color mana, which would be probably better, but I wanted to try something new with putting these in here. So that may not be the best idea, but I mean, if I have waste in here for base lands and shock lands and stuff in here, then in theory I should be okay. But I've only played it once and I had to adjust it just a little bit, so haven't really fully gotten to try it yet. But it is what it is. But hopefully once I get all fine-tuned and lined up, then hopefully it'll work pretty well how I want it to. So that's the hope anyway. So but and then I mean, I've shown the commander before, but this is the commander that I run for the deck, which has actually been pretty useful on quite a few of the occasions. Anywhere from getting my creature's haste to gaining life, which if I don't have lifelink or life gain set up, then it's useful for that, for help triggering the Curses Summer and such. So it's a pretty good versatile commander to have. So, but looks like there's still no questions for me to answer. So, but that's okay. But yeah, but the hand that I had for right now is actually pretty insane. I'll see if I can put that together to show you guys what that was. because it was pretty stacked. I will. That's all I'll say. Trying to find what the last two cards were. I know they're both. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. One short. That's right. My bad. Card that I had taken out too was the other one, but let me show you guys what my hand kind of was basically. Yeah, I think I had taken another card out, which is okay. But I can show you guys what the hand was anyway. At least what most of it was. So these were the two lands I had. I had this in my opening hand, which was crazy. And then I had Move Pony, or the Diamond Mare, and then Armored Warhorse, and then my draw for turn was Soul Ring. So, yeah, my hand was a little stacked. Even though it's not the craziest hand that's ever been available, but for me, it was like, that's pretty crazy compared to how some of my hands have been, so. But, yeah, it's pretty bunkers. So, hopefully it'll work better Friday night whenever I play it, so. That's my hope anyway. That is my hope. And then going back to the artifact horse subject, I mentioned in the video earlier, or this live stream earlier. So the mince mechanic, I would definitely wouldn't mind if horses had that, or a horse had that. I know they had to probably balance it in a way to make it, good, but not, broken or anything like that. But I think how I word this is actually a pretty good start for something to be made for like a horse with the mention mechanic. Now, granted, it does probably still need a little bit of work for clearing up the wording and stuff like that, but I definitely think that, it could be a potential, especially with the new sets coming out, which I didn't really get to mention very much in yesterday's live stream. So the Thunder Junction set, I'm not holding a lot of hope for that. They'll have horses in there. There may be a few centaurs here and there, which would be kind of cool, but not holding a lot of hope for that set in terms of horses. But I mean, they could prove me wrong and put some horses in there, which I would not be disappointed with. But Modern Horizon 3, I could potentially see some being put in there. It would definitely be a stretch, but it's possible that some could be put in there because Modern Horizon 2 had a Pegasus in there, and that was basically it. So, I mean, it's definitely a stretch, but it's a possibility. Assassin's Creed, I definitely have high hopes that something will be put in there for horses because there's a artifact card that got spoiled that is named Haystack. So, I mean, yeah, there's like goats, pigs, and other stuff um, that people had back in the day for farms and stuff like that. But I could definitely see horses being a high possibility for Assassin's Creed. And then last set we Bloomburrow, which I'm up in the air on that one too. Like, I could possibly see something being in there, but with what they've spoiled so far, with it being raccoons, squirrels, and that type of stuff, I'm not holding a lot of hope that there won't be something in there. So, but I'll just have to wait and find out as more spoilers and stuff comes up for those sets later on throughout the year. Um, the Thunder Junction says like right around the corner, right after Fallout. So I'm curious to see what else will be in that set. And then Assassin's Creed will be right behind that. And then I don't know if they're doing a Final Fantasy, and that'd be like a secret lair, I'm assuming. But I don't know. Because I remember that being on the list, but I don't know if it was just a secret lair thing that they were doing or what. But who knows? But that's kind of my thoughts on, you know, horses having this mechanic, the mints mechanic, and kind of my thoughts with the sets coming out this year now, since some spoilers have been revealed and such like that. So I am happy that Johnny is back in Magic. Is He's probably my most favorite planeswalker outside of Vivian and Nissa, which they're those two are just really cool planeswalkers. But Johnny is probably the best, at least in my opinion. So I know other people have or like Nicol Bolas or Narset or like some other ones, which is fine. I mean, they're also cool too, but I really like Johnny the most. So, and yeah, so if anybody still has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Either stream or I'm gonna end the stream here in about 6 minutes. So, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. So just let me know if you guys have any questions, and it can be magic related or non magic related if need be. So I just want to interact with you guys through a live stream and chat and kind of have fun. So I want to also explain quite a bit beforehand too, as some of the other things about the horse of Drowsy variant, kind of artifact horses and a few other things. So but and then I had mentioned this or showed off this card yesterday, um, and think that, or I honestly think that a 4-color commander would be 4 horses would be kind of awesome air possibility too. And the effect actually really isn't terrible. It's pretty balanced. I mean, yeah, you could exile and then recast it, but or bounce it back to your hand and recast it, something like that. Which is a possibility. But if you had something that gave you flash, I guess you could do that during your punch turn in a response. But you also have to leave mana open and all that fun stuff too. So I think just him as a commander is probably a pretty fair pick for a card like this. So then one other thing I wanted to mention is this one. I think I mentioned this in yesterday's live stream too, right at the end. But having a artifact horse that can return a card from field to hand is definitely something that is probably needed for artifact horses. Because it's just a generic removal by casting a horse spell, so or horse artifact spell. So I feel that if Wizards want to print some good artifact horses, I'd be down for that too. Whether it's in one of the upcoming sets for this year, or if they want to do it for next year, I mean, I'm down for that because right now there's only 6 legal targets for horses that are a possibility, and that's not really enough to make a horse deck for. Sorry, the clock is going again, but that's or the 6 targets isn't really enough for the for making a artifact horse deck, commander deck anyway. So that's also a reason why I've put or made my own custom ones where they're just kind of generic, like you see there. So, but yeah, that's like I said. This is the reason why I do some of these custom cards and things like that. Is I mean, Wizards doesn't really print all that many, and there needs to be more than what there already is. So this is also why I do this. So I make cards that I like and support that makes them feasible for using. So at least in a roll zero format. So, but anyways, this is basically the end of the stream. So thank you all for at least watching. And I will catch y'all in the video Wednesday next weekend. All right.